Well, my stress levels are down. I've got a little bit to relax, so I guess it's time to come back from my YouTube hiatus. Woo! Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a little bit of a life update vlog. You know, you're following me right now. I'm in my first year of teaching, officially, like with a license, not like band staff, but like actually as a band director, my first year as a band director. And I haven't really posted a video since January, I think, and that was some archive footage I had from cadets camp, my last, like not last one, but like January of my last year. You can go watch that. Probably leave a little thing. There's the eye, wherever the eye is, it's up there. Okay, you should watch it. All of that aside, I'm back and my stress levels are way down, all because music performance adjudication or music performance assessment or concert assessment or whatever your state calls it just ended for us. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of pressure. You know, it was a lot of pressure as a student, I remember a lot of times, and remember how stressed directors got, but you don't really understand it until you are standing on the podium. It's a new level, per se. But all Panther Creek groups did fantastic, all superior ratings overall. And my group, I was really proud of getting straight superiors. But I just want to reiterate, like, it's not about the number, per se. We're letting 4 highly trained, highly qualified musicians tell us, you know, write down a score of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And while we want to be the best that we can and train as, you know, as much as we can and clean as much as we can, you know, there comes a certain extent where you're playing really well and you really just have to put it all in perspective. Don't get me wrong, like, this is a great thing. Concert assessment is fantastic. For directors, I have grown so much out of this process. My ears have been pushed to their limits. My planning skills have been pushed to their limits. My kids have probably been pushed further than they have at that particular level. But at the same time, if we've done all we can do, done all that I know how to do, that I know that the kids have worked their tails off, then it's just like marching band. It's up in the air at that point. It's like you do the best you can, you get as much feedback from people as possible, and you grow from it, and that's really what matters. You and your students grow. What struck me even more was preparing for this assessment. I was really stressed and freaking out about 2 weeks in, 2 weeks left when we had, you know, a billion things to finally clean up, and it just, I don't know, it felt possible, but it felt really far out of reach. And my stress levels started to rise and my students finally started to notice. So a group of them got together and they kind of presented me, I'll put a picture in here, but they presented me with a little like, hey, we've noticed you're stressed. Here's a card. And we want you to, you know, not be stressed and just relax. And I think that meant a lot more than I think they could ever realize, because it means I believe that I'm doing my job right, the most important job, not the part about educating students about music. It's the life lesson part. I don't know, I probably said it a billion times on this channel, but my overarching goal in being a music educator is not to create the next band director, is not to create the next greatest music performance major or education major or, you know, any of that. My goal has been to teach life lessons through music on a daily basis. So when the 95% of kids who don't go on to college to play their instrument graduate from high school, they have, you know, band has taught them how to do so many things in life. That was a big part for me in high school when I didn't think that I was gonna be a high school band director. It didn't even cross my mind. I just loved band to death. And it was because of all those life lessons and things that we were taught, how to work hard, and things that literally will stick with you regardless of what field you go into as far as your career or where you go in life. So I think that the fact that they not only noticed the little subtle hints about how stressed I was at the time, took time out of their busy schedules to come together, sign a little piece of paper, create said piece of paper, and present it to me one day, along with everything else that was going on. It just meant a lot, and it shows me that they are on their way to being great human beings in society. It was a very selfless thing to do and very caring thing to do. And when I got that, my stress sort of melted away. Like, I had reached a point, it just kind of went away, because I was like, this is what really matters. Like, the fact that these kids noticed a problem, fixed it, acted kind and caring and selfless, and I hope that I display that on a daily basis. And if I'm teaching that to these kids, again, that's the bigger picture thing here. Music is great, and people should learn all about it as part of the curriculum, but I don't know, it meant a lot. So if you're watching, thank you, and I'm glad to know that my real job is being done right. In other news, now that stress has died down, I've probably mentioned it before. This winter, I was put in charge of the winter guards, both the junior varsity and varsity at Panther Creek, and by in charge, I mean finances and schedules and making sure everything works out the way it's supposed to, and paperwork. And season just ended. Both groups had a great run at AIA championships it was yesterday. And I don't know, I'm really impressed with how much they've grown, and a job that I'll admit, I was not looking forward to going into it, a job that I was kind of forced into doing. I value it so much now, getting to watch all of those performers grow over the season. It is, it's incredible. Just how much they've grown, and I am so thankful that I was pushed into that experience, and definitely going to be in charge of that next year as long as it's up to me. It was great. You'll remember, hopefully, that I was nominated for First Year Teacher of the Year in Wake County. So I made it to the Final Four in that, and I was truly blessed, but I did not get selected as the overall winner. I don't know why that needed quotes. The overall winner in Wake County Public Schools, and that's okay. Like, I don't feel any less of a teacher because of it, like, to have gone that far. Would I have liked to have won it? Sure, it would have been cool to have another plaque or something. But again, like I mentioned earlier, those little things that students are doing and new habits that they're picking up, which I hope are because of my teaching, which I believe are because of my teaching, those are the things that really make the difference. And who cares about how many plaques I have? It's nice to get recognized, but who cares when, you know, we're doing the real things out here, and children's lives, students' lives are being changed for the better. So, and they're becoming great members of society. So that too. So now that all this is over, we're thinking about our spring concert. A lot less pressure, lots of cool things that I'm sure students will want to play. Of course, I'll be picking a lot of things out as well. Marching band is the next big hurdle, is, you know, getting that started, getting the design team finalized on everything that we're doing, getting on the same train. And this year I am starting the train and not holding on to it and riding it as it rides by, whatever trains do on tracks. So it's an exciting time. We have our first visual rehearsal Tuesday, so from one thing into the next. We also have Disney. We're going to Disney over spring break. I've never been to Disney. That's a fun thing that we're going to do in like 2 weeks. And we're going to march and parade and do all the Disney stuff you do. And yeah, I mean, I'm super excited. I mean, we're getting close to, I mean, it's April. There's like not a whole lot of time left, and it just flies by. Second semester just goes, it goes quick. Yeah. So, things to look forward to in the future from this channel. Well, in-school vlogs. I've been taking little clips here and there when I can at school, and now I just have to get the appropriate paperwork of the parents and children to sign and say, yes, you can use that in the vlog, and then you guys can kind of see some of the cool things I do, I interviewed a few kids, some of the funny stuff, some of, you know, AIE championships, you know, all that kind of stuff, which is loads of fun. Hopefully I can splice all that together and make complete sense. And drum corps stuff. I'm gonna be doing a shoe suggestion video for drum corps, which in turn relate to marching band. So what tennis shoe is right and what is not. And I think I'm gonna try to have a special guest on that one. A friend of mine that wrote a thesis, that is air quotes deserved on that one. I mean, he wrote basically a thesis on why this particular shoe is the shoe you need to wear during the marching arts, because it is fantastic. If you see any pictures of me when I was in drum corps, I'm wearing this brand. It's important you march in the store, but that's all for a different time. So with April on the horizon and a little bit more free time, I hope to get to upload a little bit more. Leave a comment if there's something you want to see from me, if you know, some sort of video suggestion, anything. I'm open to ideas. Just leave a comment below. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching this extremely long, rambly sort of video, but I sort of had an outline, but it doesn't really. I just wanted to get a video out and let you guys know I'm alive, everything's going great, and out here making a difference. So until next time, we'll catch you guys later.